If you want to keep your gun rights, then you really better wake up. And there's no better example of why I say that and what I mean than what I'm about to show you. Most of you know who Gabby Giffords is. For those that don't, the short version is she was a congresswoman from Arizona. She was having an event out in public. A nut job, a loser, came up and shot her. And that turned her and her husband, Mark Kelly, into two of the biggest gun control activists the world has ever seen. Now, call me old-fashioned, I guess, but when somebody goes through something like that, like getting shot in the head, I just tend to cut them a little slack. I've never said anything about Gabby Giffords before. I've left her out of it, out of respect for the fact that her life really got turned upside down. No more. Absolutely no more. And now I'll show you why. Not long ago, Ms. Giffords did an interview with Time magazine. And in that interview, she made no bones about it. She wants total gun confiscation. I'm going to put something up on the screen and then I'm going to read it to you. This is an excerpt from the article in Time magazine. I'll put a link to the whole article. You really ought to go read it. It's eye-opening. So let's just jump right into this. This is what she said. This is word for word. As we wrap our interview in her office, I ask how she keeps coming back to a challenge so deeply ingrained in politics. She pauses for 12 pregnant seconds. No more guns, she says. Ambler, her aide and advisor, tries to clarify that she means no more gun violence, but Giffords is clear about what she's saying. No, 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 she says. Lord, no. She pauses another 32 seconds. Guns, guns, guns. No more guns. Gone. An aide clarifies that she's talking about Australia, where gun sales were outlawed after a mass shooting and existing weapons were purchased by the government. Gifford nods in the affirmative. Gifford nods in the affirmative. So what really went on in Australia is they outlawed guns, and it wasn't a buyback. It was a paid confiscation. They gave you some money for it, but you didn't have a choice. You couldn't keep the gun, any of your guns. They took them all. That's called gun confiscation, and that is exactly what Gabby Giffords wants. And so my hands off out of respect for what you've been through approach is over. So I have two things to say directly to Gabby Giffords. Ms. Giffords, number one, thank you for being honest about it. Most of you gun haters are not. Most gun haters are a bunch of liars who try and disguise the fact that they want total gun confiscation. At least you had the courage to come out and say it right in the open, and I appreciate that. And number two, it is my great pleasure to inform you that you will never, ever get what you want. Ever. If you've watched just a couple of my videos, you've probably figured out by now that I'm pretty blunt, and I call it like it is, and I don't pull my punches. Well, I'm going to be blunt, and I'm going to call it like it is, and I'm not going to pull my punches. These people are organizing. These people they're getting their act together. They're getting the money together. They're getting the people together. Hell, they've got the governor of Tennessee, one of the most pro-gun states in the whole country. They've got the governor of Tennessee calling for a special session to talk about gun control. Their legislature just adjourned, and he's going to call them back in a couple of months only to talk about gun control. What more do you need to see, folks? They're getting their act together, and we don't have time to screw around. We better get it together and get blunt and bold and defiant and in their face and tell them, hell no, no matter what you do, win all the elections, pass all the laws, get all the judges on your side. We don't give a damn. You will never take our gun rights, and you will never take our guns. But if we sit here and be polite and discuss things and just sort of mill around like we've been doing, they're going to win. What's going to happen when the Supreme Court swings back the other way and the majority of the people on it are gun haters, and they're willing to use their own personal opinion to say that gun control is perfectly fine? What will we do then? Well, we better be prepared for that day because it is going to come. And that's it. That's the truth. One day, the Supreme Court will have a majority of gun haters on it, and they will just put their stamp of approval on every new gun control law that comes down the pike. Assault weapons will be banned. Magazines will be limited, and they're not going to stop there. Because as we all know, gun control doesn't stop the criminals. Well, when it doesn't, they'll just keep coming back for more and more and more. They've been doing this since the National Firearms Act of 1934. 89 years of gun control. It hasn't worked. It's never gonna, and they know it. They're using it as an excuse to slowly but very surely kill the Second Amendment. Are you going to just sit there and let them? I'm not. I'm going to do something about it, but I can't do it by myself. And that's the truth. I'm willing to lead. I have no problem taking these people on head on. But if I do it by myself, I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm not going to be effective. I need you right there watching this video. I need you to get involved. And everything you need to do that is down below in the description box. We have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter page, and we have a crowdfunding campaign. Follow us and donate if you can. Let's get together before it's too late, because guess what? One day it will be. And once our gun rights are gone, they're never coming back. Ever. Think about that. Think about that, and if you want to be in a position to do something about it when they finally make their big run, get involved, join us, and let's get ready, because we're going to need to be. I'm David Ahmed. Thanks for watching.